Alright, this is West Coast Avengers, Volume 3, Issue 15. I'm not calling it Force Works. I wanted to review an U.S.Agent story, but I am always afraid of reviewing Marky Mark Captain America issues. So here is this, where even though it is on the cover, U.S.Agent doesn't get into a fight with his teammate Sentry. The art for this issue is by Sam Cheung, the great Sam Cheung. And the story here fills us in on some of Sentry's history. But the strength of this issue is its fantastic use of U.S.Agent. Some aliens have shown up, and you have got to turn this page sideways, which I love doing. Some aliens have landed in Los Angeles, and the beginning is told from U.S.Agent's perspective. It turns out the aliens have came for the Avengers, and U.S.Agent was away when they arrived. He was visiting his parents' graves in Georgia because he is a deep character who suffered a lot to make him into a redemptive hero. U.S.Agent, he sneaks into the team's mountain base and he finds it empty and dark and without power, and none of the other Avengers are around. And what I love about this is he is written so earnestly. He is shown to be a well-oiled, proficient superhero, and there is no one else in the scene, so he isn't being a butthead or a jerk. This makes it clear that U.S.Agent is a dependable and even useful superhero when you strip away his personality faults. And we get to see what happened to the other Avengers, Spider-Girl, the best one, and then Charlotte Witch and Iron Man. Iron Man is being a cock, and I didn't know if that is meant to be a foreshadow for the cross-dressing, or if it is just because Iron Man is always a cock. They all get attacked from an unseen force, but Sentry, he recognises who is attacking before he is taken, and U.S.Agent assumes whoever it was must be in league with Sentry, and Sentry is a bad guy because U.S.Agent never trusted him. We will talk briefly about Sentry in a bit and what his deal is. But now U.S.Agent gets attacked by the bad guys, a group of alien bounty hunters. They are nothing special, but after reading Avengers Unplugged, which had a great bad guy and used them poorly, it is funny to see this gone ahead with the sort of useless antagonists that I normally say are crap, but they are actually used effectively here. We get to see U.S.Agent fight them all by himself, and he actually holds his own against the greater numbers. There is a few comics where we see U.S.Agent is really capable of fighting overwhelming odds. And then Sentry shows up to help out. Sentry is an alien, and he has a magic staff that lets him teleport, which has a better name than he does. And Sentry was one of them mystery characters who was brought in and we never knew anything about. And he is vague and strange, and that is meant to be the appeal. In this, we find out that he used to be a member of this bounty hunter crew, and they are wanting to reclaim him. But later on, in another comic, we learn Sentry's true origin is that he is the last surviving alien of a race, and he is the combination of all of their greatest warriors, or something like that. Oh, we actually have some intriguing stuff here. Clues to the upcoming cross-dressing story. The cross-dressing is a disaster. I will not defend it, but I will lambast Kurt Busey's wasteful attitude towards it. And I will acknowledge that there are elements of it that are a lot better than his spiteful retcons. Here, U.S.Agent and Sentry, they discover a hidden room underneath the team's headquarters. And it doesn't even have a door and seemingly has no way for anyone to actually access it. U.S.Agent, he also finds a manufacturing logo that links it to Kronos, and he wonders why Iron Man outsourced the work. This is an effective prologue to that crossover. These are intriguing premises, and I didn't think either this hidden room, and definitely not the original Iron Man and Kronos connection, get any resolution. Editors changed mid-crossover, and then Marky Mark died, and nobody knew everybody else's plans. So U.S.Agent hatches a plan, and he decides to talk things through with the leader of the mercenaries. U.S.Agent isn't really a character prone to talking things through, but we learn that the whole crew, they are slaves. They are being forced into work without any say in the matter. They are being controlled. So then U.S.Agent negotiates the release of the other Avengers in exchange for Sentry. But it is just a hologram. It is all a trick to get them to lower their defences, and they are quite quickly defeated. I do tend to criticise when comics have generic, unimaginative bad guys who never appear again, but for this story, I think they are used correctly. It is never asking you to really care about them or take them that serious. They are an obstacle for U.S.Agent and Sentry, and they do offer up a rather minor narrative purpose, which is a revelation about some of Sentry's history. So they are bringing summit to the book. After an issue where they have learned to work together and respect each other, Sentry decides he is leaving the team to go into space and try and learn his true origin. and U.S.Agent wishes him well. I think Sentry, he has a one-shot where he learned that originally, and then he doesn't appear again for 15 years until Michael Bryan Benson. And in today's episode of Did Michael Bryan Benson fuck up this character and or their history, we are looking at Sentry, member of Force Works. Sentry. Not to be confused with Century, another character Michael Bryan Benson fucked up. We are talking about Sentry, and the answer is yes. Yes, he did. Call us stupid and fickle, but I like this. It has got one of my favourite characters taking the lead. It's got some Cheung art. And there isn't even a modicum of that superhero hating Avengers embarrassment that dominated most of Force Works. I didn't think this is an exceptional story. It is operating at a decent middle ground for a comic. I reckon 7 thumbs up.